It's nuts, but it's fun. It's not good for me. I'm terrible at it. Good morning from the last race of the season. It is November 1st, and it really feels like November 1st. It is low 40s with 20-mile-an-hour winds, and it's actually just going to get colder. So the old hands are pretty cold. It's a very unique track. It's a backwards layout with some parts that we haven't ran at least on the same track layout together. I didn't practice yesterday, Dad and Ben did, but it was kind of a rough day, so kind of hitting a reset today and trying to start the day fast. Well, good morning, and it is a cold morning, but a beautiful sunny morning as well. And last race of the year, last walk. The morning walk with Dad. Hate to see it happen. You know, they say for you young folks, just keep this in mind that when you're time moves like a roll of toilet paper. When you're young, it seems like that roll lasts forever, and when you're older, as you pull on it, it turns a lot faster. So make sure you enjoy your toilet paper. We're racing a course that has 30 turns, and you know, usually our races last minute 18 a lap. This one's around 150, so it's nuts, but it's fun. It's not good for me. I'm terrible at it, but we'll see. Track's going to be cold. I see a couple people have spun out already. It's we're even talking about doing a Le Mans start, which I don't know anything about that, so we'll see how that goes. Good day though. Hate to see it come to an end, but it's a good day. So one of the things that happened last night, winds picked up, and as you can see, they picked up enough to do some damage. Lost a couple of shelters, it looks like. That's unfortunate. So it's really cold out, and we did one round of practice, and it is like a skating rink out there. I mean, grip is hard to come by. So we have lowered our ride height here. We usually run high ride height. Now we dropped it front and rear, raising the cart up to increase the grip in the cart. We've never needed more grip today, so I don't really know what the car's going to feel like with this, but if it just gives us like a tiny bit more grip, that's, you know, we're in a better spot. So I'm about to go qualify and see if that, you know, 20-30 minutes was is going to pay dividends. I just completed my first practice. I have so low expectations today. I mean, it was I was slipping and sliding and gaining on some people even, but also got passed by a lot of folks too. So I tell you what, it was just slick. And the thing is, this is as warm as it gets, so by the time I race It shouldn't, I think it's 41 now. It shouldn't, forecast says should be about 40. So I should be all right. Those going later in the day, I think I've seen where in the afternoon it gets down to 34. So we'll see how that goes. Crazy.
Maybe that's why I don't like this course. I get bored. They're all far apart. I can't tell what's going on.
Oh, don't say that.
Spice it up, guys.
Oh, don't say that. Exactly.
Spiceland after all. Let's go.
So last race of the year, post race. What a fun race. I really tipped my hat to Newcastle. They tried something different and I couldn't figure out how they were going to do it. We had a standing start. So I figured we'd take a lap to warm up our tires. It's 40 degrees and you couldn't get grip after a couple laps anyway, but no, it's just a standing cold start. And how interesting is that? So you actually race while you're warming up your tires. It was crazy, a lot of carnage, but a lot of fun. I think I started 21st and moved up to 15th, mostly just by dodging karts that had spun off. There was a lot of twists and turns in this race, but a lot of fun. Hate to see the year come to an end, but we'll be ready to go next spring. You guys all take care.
We're about to have CIK start. We're all huddled together for warm because this is the coldest race day I think I've experienced. It's just the wind. The wind is brutal.
Put your fingers in there and get the glove. It won't work.
The gloves are coming out. We are doing a standing start, which is not my favorite. It's the longest track ever. It's a very bad day for it to be cold. And Doug Bowles is here, and I think that's pretty cool. Oh, the sun, come back. It'll be fine once you're going, I'm sure.
These do not help. These holes do not help.
Your finger looks blue.
Is it? Yeah.
Can you feel it? Like when I washed my hands, it was like
frostbite, man.
I'll see how long it takes it to set in.
So my first race is done. That was CIK. After a pretty terrible qualifying effort, I started 29th. And so they're doing something very unique this weekend, which is a standing start on cold tires in very cold weather. And predictably, you know, it got nuts. And they're going into coming out of the first corner, guy clipped a cart. Wasn't super hard, just enough to bend the tie rod. And so my tires were sitting out like this, and I just couldn't really turn left very well. After a while of running about 8 seconds off pace, I brought it in because there was no point. I was worried maybe something else was even wrong with it. So I finished way back towards the tail end of the field. The one nice thing was that I came in early and was able to warm up my hands, because the gloves out there, like, they've got these little holes and stuff. It got so cold. So that was a not so bad thing of coming in early.
So I wanted to go through a race recap with you guys. Apologies, I wasn't really on camera too much. It was freaking cold. As it is still, you can see the snow outside, but you know, whenever it was so cold, I was just so focused on trying to figure that out. I mean, I was panicking, running around, asking other people what their setups were, and I mean, I was just trying to find any semblance of grip out there, because I had none, as you'll see in the video. So I was just scrambling all day, and plus it was absolutely freezing. The last thing I wanted to do was pick up a camera and expose myself at all. So basically, that race, really cool start. I would love to do it when it wasn't, you know, 20 degrees outside or whatever it was. But it was a really cool Le Mans start, and was able to avoid the chaos early, get out and make a couple passes in the first turn or two. And then after that, it went downhill. I was, you know, feeling all right. I was like, hey, I got a little bit more grip, I think, than some of these people. So I was like feeling decent. And then I took a left-hand turn a little bit too hot. And the cart just didn't stick at all in the rear. I had just no rear grip the entire day. I was fighting that. And went around, got about 10 people go by me. And then the rest of the race was just kind of catching up, you know, to who I could. I made a few passes here and there. It was just not my day, unfortunately. Tough way to end the season, but it was interesting. Learned a lot and made a few phone calls to kind of get some ideas on what to do better next time. So we've actually, I'm not looking forward to racing the cold again, but for next time, got some great feedback and info for things that'll definitely make me get a lot more grip. But those MG red tires in that cold, whew, they were not feeling that great, but still a very interesting, fun experience out there in the cold conditions. But I'm definitely looking forward to for some heat, for some summer. But fun race, just tough to end the season on that one.
That was a good race, kid.
Yeah, not really.
Considering I'm sure you were shivering.
It felt like
Your times are awesome.
I felt like I was honestly driving well, but I don't know, I'm still sliding in the rear, and that just comes down to we need more research and we need more data in cold weather.
All right, let's talk about my second race of the day. I started 13th in that one, out of, and I will tell you, oh wow, there were more than I thought, out of 31. So really not that bad, I guess. Guess other people were slow too, because I was slow in qualifying. Started 13th, another standing start, and you know what, I'm not gonna lie guys, it's one of those things where I don't remember. There was some craziness, yeah, there was some cars getting around. Man, the kart was just so like on edge. The rear just kept wanting to like snap around on me. Had a lot of good racing, a lot of good hard racing, and we didn't nail the setup today. We run really hard tires, and in this weather they turned into rocks, and so we just didn't figure out the right combination for our kart. Usually I don't think about like discomforts or anything, but I was freezing out there. I was so cold, like my hands didn't want to quite like move right. So that was it was an interesting race in that aspect because I was focusing on my hands a lot, and I was as high as 6th, and I ended up finishing 10th because in the last, oh man, lap, maybe 2, I lost a lot of spots. Going into the last corner on the last, or one of the last corners on the last lap, I cooked it, sent it too deep and lost another one. So I just went from 6th to 10th, which was, you know, annoying. So that's the end of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, commenting, whatever it is that you do to interact with us. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much. We all appreciate it. I'm sure there will be some videos in the off season. I don't know what they'll be. Probably figure out something though. Until then, like, share, and subscribe.